Today we are interviewing our new client, Mrs. Smith. She's a 20-year-old female with a new diagnosis of adult onset diabetes. She's in the current stage of pre-contemplation. She's not implementing any diet change, not exercising, and she's currently not open to any lifestyle modifications. Hi, Mrs. Smith.
Hello.
My name is Rachel. Would it be okay if I sat down with you for a few minutes here?
Yeah, sure.
I have some information for you regarding your new diagnosis. So, recently you've been diagnosed with adult onset diabetes. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
That was actually something that I was not expecting. I don't know anything about it. All my doctor told me was you have adult onset diabetes. She didn't tell me how I got it, what happened. I truly don't know, and I really couldn't tell you anything about it.
Okay, so I can definitely sit down here and maybe give you some more information, and maybe we can also get back in touch with your doctor and have them be sure to explain everything and answer all your questions, because I want to make sure that you have some more information. So I just wanted to ask you some other questions concerning your diagnosis. Have you tried any new lifestyle modifications?
When you say lifestyle modifications, are you talking about exercise?
Yeah, like exercise, maybe some new changes to your diet, anything like that?
So I don't exercise.
Okay.
I don't have time personally, and I don't have the energy. So that's something that I don't think I would be willing to do. As for diet, I'm not really sure. I like the foods I eat. I don't want to change that. I don't know why I would want to change it, but I'm really not thinking about that.
Yeah, I understand change can be hard, but maybe let's look at your exercise first. So can you maybe tell me about like what you do for your daily activity in your life?
Well, I go to work every day, and I work 8 hours a day. So it's like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a long day. I sit at a desk all day. Maybe for like walking, I walk from my car to my job, or like the inside, and then I take the elevator upstairs or up to my down, where I sit all day, and then I'm there throughout the whole day.
Okay, so it sounds like you have a really long work day. So maybe we can try to like implement some changes. Like instead of taking the elevator, maybe we could like walk up those flights of stairs and burn some calories.
See, the thing is, I work all the way on the 5th floor, so that'd be the hard thing.
Okay, so maybe together we can like brainstorm some more like ideas and come up with a plan. But I understand it can be really hard to get ourselves into that daily exercise plan. But I know you can do it. So let's talk more about like your diet. So you haven't tried any new eating habits. Can you maybe tell me about like what you eat in a regular day?
In a regular day, I probably have eggs in the morning, maybe some bacon, as well as like bread. And then for lunch, before I even get to lunch, I probably snack on some stuff here and there. Anything that's like in my cabinet at my desk, or even like, I'm not sure, just they're kind of unhealthy, not gonna lie, but then like for lunch I would just have, depends, mostly fast food because that's the least expensive I could get. Then that's like probably what I would eat on the daily. And then I would snack some more before I get home. Dinner would probably be like carbs, like pasta or like pizza if I picked it up on my way back home from work. Just stuff of that nature.
Okay. So maybe we can make some new diet changes together. I think it'd be really beneficial if maybe we get a nutritionist involved, because they might be able to give you like some ideas and some meal prep ideas to help with your busy work schedule, and maybe figure out how to incorporate some more like fruits and vegetables and limiting like that carbo intake, so that way it helps maintain your blood glucose level. So I think together we can maybe come up with some new ideas.
Maybe.
Okay. So we could think about it a little bit more. So thank you for sitting down with me today. I know that a new diagnosis can be really challenging and that it seems scary and you don't want to make all these changes, but together we can work on everything and we'll come up with some new lifestyle modifications and hopefully get you feeling better.
Thank you.
Our patient is clearly in the pre-contemplation phase. Mrs. Smith is still in denial about her diagnosis and is hesitant to make any major life changes. Mrs. Smith also doesn't completely understand her new diagnosis, so the nurse made sure to bring her more educational information. The nurse is patient throughout the interview and helps her patient establish goals for her next visit. Our patient is going to try to incorporate fitness into her daily routine by walking to work and taking the stairs instead of the elevator. The nurse also addresses the patient's diet, encouraging her to make small changes first. The patient is going to follow up with a nutritionist. The goal of meeting with the nutritionist is to give our patient new, healthier recipes that she enjoys to eat. By enjoying the food, she will be more likely to follow her new regimen. Our follow-up plan would include having the patient modify her lifestyle to live healthier. We hope that they can at least start making small changes and then focus on larger lifestyle modifications.
Hi.
Hi, Mrs. Smith. Good to see you back.
Nice seeing you too. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
All right. So my name is Gabby. I'm going to be your nurse today, and I'm just going to ask you a couple questions and check back in with you to see how things are doing.
Okay.
Awesome. So before I start, Rachel had told me that she gave you some pamphlets and information on diabetes, so I have printed out a few more things for you.
Thank you.
So from what I understand, or actually before I start, I have your medical record pulled up here. So I'm definitely listening. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions and put some notes in while we're talking, if that's okay.
Okay.
Awesome. So last time you were here when you spoke with Rachel, she mentioned that you didn't have a lot of information about your new diagnosis of adult onset diabetes, and you were going to try to meet with the doctor to discuss some of those questions. Were you able to?
Yes, I actually was, and she brought a lot more to my attention than I thought. She really helped me with understanding what Rachel was talking about, the lifestyle modifications, and why I would want to change my diet with this onset diabetes. And it was very helpful. I wasn't really expecting it to be that helpful, but it was some good information.
Okay, so that's awesome. So I know you just mentioned it, and then she had also mentioned to me that you had talked about making some lifestyle changes. So how do you feel about those changes now?
At first I wasn't really open to them. I didn't really think that exercising was important, and I didn't have the time. I also didn't want to put myself out there in a different environment, so that was hard. But I think now, looking back at it and seeing how far I've come, it's felt a little bit better, and I'm a little bit more open to change.
That's excellent, and I think from what she told me, the changes you guys had talked about, the plan you came up with, will be really beneficial to you, especially in the long run, and to your health. So can you tell me a little bit about how your daily activity has changed?
So I started making sure I parked a little bit farther from where I usually parked, so I could have a longer walk to work. I also, so when we did talk, I said that I work on the 5th floor. So now what I have been doing is at least once a day I'll go up at least 1 or 2 flights of stairs, and then I'll take the elevator up if I'm not feeling too well, or I'll rest and then I'll go up the rest of the way. And then I also started going to a group exercising class once a week. So that's been pretty helpful as well.
Okay, that's awesome. That sounds like you're definitely making some good changes that'll be helpful. She also said that you were going to work on changing your diet as well, and I know that was kind of a little bit of a challenge. So how's that been going?
Changing my diet has definitely been harder. I love sweets. Chocolate is my favorite. So I haven't been able to completely limit myself on it, unfortunately. However, I have incorporated more greens, more protein, a little bit less carbs. I've been trying to eat out less because I mentioned to her that I would go get fast food, especially during work. So I've been trying to incorporate a salad in there maybe 1 or 2 times a week, or even more if I could. So it's been going a little bit better.
Okay, that's good. And I know definitely making changes to diet, especially after a new diagnosis, can be challenging. But I think you're taking a lot of small steps and good changes in the right direction, so I think that's awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate the support and motivation.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for. So I'm looking just at my chart here, and I don't think I have any more questions for you. I think we're all set. Do you have any questions for me or anything I can pass on to the doctor?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Well, it sounds like the changes you've been making and the things you've been working on are putting you on the right track. Are there any other goals or things that you're thinking time that we have a visit?
I think I might want to increase my activity a little bit more. I think what I might strive for next is to go to at least 2 group exercises a week. I think that might be something that I'm interested in.
That would be awesome, yeah. Okay, awesome. So let's plan to meet either me, Rachel, or with the doctor or another nurse, in maybe 2 to 3 weeks to see how things are going. In the meantime, if you have any questions or want to run anything by us, me, Rachel, or the doctor, feel free to reach out. That's what we're here for. We're here for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It is clear that over the past 2 weeks since our client has met with the nurses, she has transitioned into the action phase and has made significant progress in changing her lifestyle to accommodate her new diagnosis of adult onset diabetes. While she was extremely hesitant at first to add exercise into her daily routine, she has successfully incorporated a group exercise class once a week and walking more around the office during her days at work where she typically spent most of her time sitting. She has also begun to modify her diet by reducing her sugar intake from soda and trying her best to increase the amount of vegetables she eats per day. It is great that the client has started to notice an improvement in the way she is feeling, and we hope to see this progress in the coming weeks. We would like to make sure Mrs. Smith knows the importance of maintaining a healthy diet and exercising, carefully and consistently taking her medications, and to make sure she's coming back to the doctor regularly for follow-ups and diabetic foot care. It has only been 2 weeks since the client has been diagnosed, so she should look at these small but significant changes as motivation to continue towards a happier and healthier life.